The search is on this morning for two people who police say shot a man outside an apartment complex here in Nashville overnight. It happened just before 2 a.m. at the Claremont Apartments on Thompson Place, not far from the airport. A man in his 50s was shot multiple times. We're told, though, he should survive. Metro police are now looking for two Hispanic men. One was wearing blue jeans and has dreads. The other man was possibly wearing a red hooded sweatshirt. There's no word on what led up to the shooting. The family of a man who was shot and left for dead earlier this week is now pleading for answers. A candlelight vigil was held last night for 37-year-old Dana Mayo at the site where he was murdered.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Family, friends came together to sing, to remember, to pray, all for him and to pray for justice. His body was found at this vacant home on Flicker Drive in the Whites Creek area on Wednesday, but it's believed he may have been killed there Monday. Police say the vehicle had been sitting in the driveway since Monday. His mother said he left his home around 4 in the afternoon on Monday and never returned. And neighbors say they heard gunshots Monday night. His family is now pleading for anyone who has information to call police.
Please come forward and help me get closure, because I won't get closure until I know something is done. So I just please help me.
If you have any information, you're urged to call Metro Crime Stoppers at 74-CRIME. Millions will be traveling this holiday season, and if you are headed to the airport, you'll likely find yourself surrounded by many others also trying to get out of town. News Channel 5's Matthew Torres is out at the Nashville International Airport this morning. The folks out there say it's going to be busy today. How much busier than usual, Matthew?
Well, certainly a lot more than certainly the past few weeks. I think my favorite phrase I heard from one of the passengers said, "This is insane. I fly all the time. This is insane." That is quoting one of them. But certainly it's not only busy for the people flying out, for the people who work here. I just spoke to an employee of Southwest right behind me, and she said that some of the workers now have a mandatory extension, meaning that they've extended the hours just to fulfill the high volume of traffic expected during the holiday season here at the Nashville airport. Again, make sure to come out here earlier than your flight, 1 or 2 hours earlier, because they are expecting long lines at the security checkpoint, for instance. But let's take a look at the lines that we see behind me right now. This is at the Southwest gate. This is just one that wrapped around the area, but on the other side there is another long line. But as you can expect, just certainly busy this morning. According to AAA, they are expecting about 6 million people to be flying by an airplane during this holiday season. In Tennessee, to be specific, AAA is estimating about 59,000 people traveling by air. Now, other reminders for anyone traveling today to make sure to arrive, again, 1 to 2 hours before their flight. Check their passes and make sure your flight is on time, as well as your TSA standards. Make sure you pack according to those regulations. And overall, right now, there is only one flight delay that is heading to Charlotte, North Carolina. But overall, things are moving pretty well. That's it for now. We are reporting live from the airport. Matthew Torres, News Channel 5 HD.
All right, Matthew, thank you. Today is Super Saturday, one of the busiest shopping days of the season, and retailers are counting on it to make up for lackluster sales back on Black Friday. To do that, many stores are extending their business hours, but perhaps none can match what they're doing at Kohl's stores. They unlocked their doors yesterday morning, and their stores will not close until Christmas Eve. Toys R Us has also extended its hours this week. Their stores will be open until 2 a.m. Then Tuesday, they'll be open around the clock until Christmas Eve. Shoppers told us they appreciate the extra time to get their shopping done.
Well, it's convenient for the people who have to work and I work 12-hour shifts, and when I get off from work, I can go shopping rather than the rush of trying to worry about on my days off,
Macy's is also open until midnight the next few nights. Of course, Walmart is always open 24 hours. And this will be the last Christmas for the Bellevue Toys R Us. That store is set to close at the end of January. A mother charged with the death of her toddler son is now accused of drugging her 3 other children. Jamie Chaffin was in court Thursday. She had already been accused of giving her 22-month-old a lethal dose of morphine last year. Now, according to the Tennessean, new test results show she may have given oxycodone to her other 3 children, who were 7, 5, and 2 at the time of her arrest. Investigators say the tests show that it was Jamie Chaffin and not her husband who gave the kids the potentially deadly drugs. Jamie now faces a total of 29 charges. She's set to go on trial in August. Meanwhile, Christopher Chaffin faces 3 new charges of child neglect. He is set to be arraigned on those charges next month. And there's a new development in a 2012 murder case. A judge plans to decide by the end of the year whether to try a wife and her estranged husband together or separately. That's according to the Tullahoma News. Troy King and Connie Sanders King are accused of killing Thomas Colucci, a Nashville stage manager in Manchester. At the time, Connie King told police that she and Colucci were planning to marry and that someone had broken into their home. Eventually, though, Troy was tied to the crime and arrested in California. Meanwhile, Connie had set up a new life in Florida before she was arrested.